Well, Germany has done it again. Well, Berlin at least. Turns out Berlin is the homeless capital of Germany, and it looks like they're doing their part to add to the list of why Germany might be one of your favorite places. What is going on, everybody? Christopher back with another video. I thank you guys for watching the content. The only thing that I ask and appreciate is that you like the video. Go ahead and do that now. So I guess the homeless in Berlin are getting a break. It turns out there's hotels that are willing to open their doors to let the homeless come in out of the cold and kind of get a break from their hard times. So we're going to jump right into this video. So Berlin hotels open their doors to the homeless during these times. Berlin shelters have run out of space during this winter. Hotels are empty, so some have decided to let people experience homelessness stay for free. This is changing lives. All right, let's see what we got here.
Many hotels empty due to the crisis.
Look at that room. That room looks pretty good, doesn't it? And I can already tell you right now that if you're homeless in Berlin and you see something like that, you'd be kind of dumb not to jump on this, just looking at the room. So let's see what they say. Oh, come on.
Some cities have found a clever way to bring a vulnerable population in from the cold. Well, many European capitals adopted this strategy during the first wave. Germany's taken longer, but hotels in Berlin at least opened their doors in time for the big chill. And with tourists staying away, it's helping keep business going thanks to the homeless. DW's Tessa Walter reports.
I wonder how the homeless are paying for it.
When icy rains hit Berlin, some have it harder to find shelter than others. But this man got lucky this year. Christian, who doesn't want to give his full name, normally sleeps in an emergency shelter during winter. Now he puts the few things he owns inside a hotel room. Here, Christian feels safe and he can take a shower.
I don't know much about the homeless situation even in the States, so I'm not going to know about the homeless situation here. But I think I heard something else about they were doing like containers for the homeless. They were helping the homeless out with containers. And when I think containers, I think the smaller metal containers, maybe they insulated them and maybe they're using those to house them too. I have to do a little research to see if that's true or not.
Also gets served warm food, a real upgrade, he finds.
Ich habe geschlafen in Container.
I used to sleep in a container.
Yeah.
This is a hotel. That's much better.
Pension, sag mal so. Und ist viel besser als da drüber.
The Hotel Reiter is one of several hotels in Berlin which are now welcoming homeless people like Christian. It is a win-win situation. He has a place to sleep and take shelter from the cold, while the hotel can make some money. The city pays for the accommodation.
Oh, okay.
The beds were urgent.
So the city's paying for it. The homeless get a place out of the cold. The city's taking on the bill for it. And man, I just looking at this guy, he just looks like he's doing so much better. I mean, he said he was sleeping in a container. So he's coming from a container, which I'm assuming is like even in the winter is pretty rough. It's gotta be pretty rough being in a metal container, unless I'm thinking about the wrong containers. Y'all let me know in the comments if you know. But that's gotta be a break. They say he gets warm meals. He's in out of the cold. This is amazing. I like this.
Needed, explains organizer Wolfgang Wilsch. Due to the COVID crisis, shelters had to reduce the number of beds to keep up hygiene measures.
In der Kältehilfe haben wir
The shelter usually puts people in dormitories or even on camping mats in big shared rooms. We can't do that because of COVID. We are very grateful that we can use the hotel because we can put people in twin rooms. It means we never have more than 2 or 3 people in a room.
Maximum 3 Personen.
I was just about to say, what about the whole distancing thing? But she just addressed that. So I guess the rooms are big enough where they can have 2 people in them. There's still the matter of how do you make sure those people are like adhering to the distance measures, because you can't watch them. You know what I mean? So I wonder how to handling that. Even this guy is sitting at the same table with the other lady. She's wearing a mask and he's not. So I don't know what they're doing.
Zusammen.
And there is more. The guests can return to their beds all winter long if they stick to the rules.
Wow,
That
nice.
makes all the difference, says Marta, who helps run the place and has a close
Look at this.
connection to many of them.
They got their own personal assistant to clean up after them and make their beds and bring them hot drinks and stuff. She looks like she's about to sit down and actually have a conversation with them. So that's got to be abundantly nice to have coming from where you came from, off the street where people would like step over you and like kick around you and throw things at you and make fun of you, to this. Yeah.
Und dann am Anfang sie ankommen, sie
When
sind
they get here, they're unwashed and exhausted, often depressed and lacking prospects. After a few weeks here, they have changed completely. They have a different outlook on the future. Some of them find work, some even a home of their own.
manchmal eine
Something better, anyway.
So some of them even find homes after this. Some of them find jobs. Okay, so what people need to understand that a lot of the times these people have a hard time finding those things on their own because they have so many other things to worry about on the street. Being on the street, you have your day-to-day life to worry about. Like you have to worry about where your next meal's coming from. You have to worry about where you're gonna sleep. Is that sleeping place gonna be safe? You gotta worry about all these other things. You really don't have the energy, the time and energy to put into finding a place, much less a job to pay for that place. So this goes miles into helping people like that, because it takes their mind off all the other stuff they have to worry about and lets them focus on the things that are really important. So I like this.
richtige Wohnung oder etwas besser.
Living in his own home, that is also Christian's dream. He is hopeful of realizing it once the COVID crisis is over.
Wow. So commendations to Germany, man, for doing this. Berlin in particular. I don't know how many other cities are doing it, but that's just really good of them to do, helping the homeless like that. Now, by comparison, I know that in the States there's more homeless, but there's way more people. Like, you got to realize the scale of Germany in comparison to the US is, I don't know how many times bigger, but this would be so great if a program similar to this could be done in the States too. If I had it like that, I would do it myself. If I had the kind of money to do that kind of thing, I would do it myself. But big ups to Germany, big ups to Berlin for doing this thing. If you're homeless and you're in Berlin, hey, check out these hotels because they're hooking people up. And this could be your year that you actually come off the street permanently.